YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here, back with the next episode of the Beastmen campaign. Beastmen campaign, this is the battle replay. Hey, it's alright. Once again, I got you good stuff. So, this was a little what-if scenario. I am going to go back and play the campaign where I left off last, but I reloaded an old save just to satisfy some grudges, and intercepted old Crapvald the Trashnificant here before he got to Altdorf, and he actually got caught by Kazrak and Malagor in an ambush stance. And here was the result. So, old Siggy's army. And by the way, I did the Sigvald addition to Malagor's army right off the bat when I did the reload. So you can see the forces of chaos confidently clashing with me here. But Sigvald here not so confidently facing off against all this nightmare. Hey, and check it out, Gorbul's on the battlefield. And some of you all wanted to see his new magic abilities, so there you go. Shot a dang spear out of his chest and killed a bunch of Chaos Warriors. And then the rest of my forces are coming in. So here comes in Kazrak forces from behind. So we're going to completely encircle the Chaos Warriors and completely overrun them. I've got Minotaurs aplenty back here as the brothers of Gorbul run down these Chaos dogs. Aren't the Beastmen Chaos? Well, kind of, but these are not the right Chaos. Anyway, Gorbul wanted to come over here and help deliver the... Look at Sigvald's body, like all just smushed out on the ground. He's not getting up, folks. He is not getting up. Anyway, Gorbul wanted you to see his fireball, too. How do you like that, people? So, that's what would have happened in a air was more intelligent world. And notice that Sigvald was about to try and steal his trophy. Of course, this wasn't the #1 reason I reloaded, but there you go. That's what would have happened to Sigvald had I known what was about to go down. But fortunately for Sigvald, I have no situational awareness. But then the other one was, what would have happened had I gotten to Altdorf? So here you go. Shortly before I got to Altdorf, it was guarded by a large army of Volkmar the Grim, and I was pretty excited because I had 2 Bray herds, plus the 2 herds you just saw. But then Volkmar took to the river, sat sail, and ran, leaving the garrison of the Empire under Marcus Blaze to defend against 4 full herds of beastmen. So yes, Volkmar the Grim became Volkmar the Coward and completely ran away at the first sight of danger. Here we're going to see my Minotaurs and Giant and Gorbul and everybody are going to come in and attack the city gates. Had kind of a weird glitch there for just a minute. There are a lot of unit models, and this is a custom map, so I don't imagine the frame rate is going to be absolutely brilliant. You can see that the defenders of Altdorf trying to fight, despite being left in the position they were by Mr. the Grim, aka Volkmar Benedict Arnold the Grim. So, in any case, here we go. You can see my Minotaurs ready to break through the gates. The defenders of Altdorf attempting to make a brave stand, thinking that they can hold out against whatever comes through the gates, but we know that is not going to happen under any circumstances. You can see the Harpies coming over the walls and headed towards the town centers to shut down the artillery. And on the walls, my beastmen have raised ladders, and we are swarming the walls all across the lines. So all outside the city of Altdorf, hordes of beastmen are starting to scale the walls, or heading to scale the walls. So the Empire is in a desperate stance. Look at this cool map someone made, by the way. It's got the river down the center of it. Really good looking map. And the Imperial Palace out in the background. Pretty cool. They did a good job with it. But anyway, you can see that Malagor and his forces easily having their way with those who were guarding the gates. And then the walls now being assaulted as well. So my Bestigor herds making their way onto the walls, and the Empire desperately sending defenders off the walls, trying to stop what's coming through the gates. You can see that I have reinforcements about to run through the gates as well. I have more Bestigor who are under quite a deal of artillery fire. But all of my Minotaurs and my Giant and Malagor have made their initial break through the defenders. I even have some Chaos spawn in there too, just for good measure. And now they're going to run through the streets and make their way towards the town center. Get you all some sweet cinematic action. My Harpies were defeated. But the defending Reichsguard now are going to be left to fend off against all the Minotaurs here. Unfortunately, I don't think Gorbel actually gets to participate in this battle because there were too many reinforcements that came in front of him. Yeah, you can see the gates and the walls are now well and truly overrun, and the Empire is making a desperate defense in the town center. You can see the walls over here, completely scaled by all my Beastmen, and I'm about to have all these guys start running towards the town center as well, just getting the last few up and over the walls. See again, just a few scattered defenders remain because of Volkmar's cowardice. Extreme cowardice, might I add. And the mortars, who have been the only defender units to actually maybe do a little bit of good, are about to get introduced to Mr. Tomless's cousins. His much angrier, much more Beastmen gang-oriented cousins. Oh man, it's getting ugly. So the Empire is in full-on getting wrecked mode. You can see these Demigryph Knights, some of the bold, brave defenders, but not brave enough. There's only so much Demigryph Knights can do against a wall of chaos monster flesh. And there you heard them calling retreat, and retreat is exactly what's going to happen. So this is the what if I had been able to siege Altdorf and stop Sigvald from screwing me over there. And it was pretty funny, I can't lie. And it was a cool custom map, so I was glad I got to see it. What do you all think? Do you like this custom map better, or do you like the original Altdorf map better? Check out the Sigwars coming in here. Yeah, every corpse in the Empire here is gonna have hoof prints all over it. I don't know, maybe they'd be one of the lucky ones that got stepped on by the giant or the chaos spawn. Yeah, anyway, it's not looking good. It was an ugly battle for Marcus Blaze. Let's just say that things didn't go his way. So, hope y'all enjoyed seeing those battles. That being said, let's get back to the campaign where we last left it, which is going to be right here at turn number 160. So now we're going to cut back over into the version that I'm actually playing. Some of you probably would have been okay if I would have just kept playing that version, but that wouldn't make as much sense. So we'll go back to the one that I was playing. But again, I figured it would be a pretty big miss overall for the campaign if you didn't get to see some resolution with Altdorf actually getting raised by me. And in this case, I was able to get revenge against Sigvald twice. No one's upset about that. I know I'm sure not. And we should be able to get our 2 stacks back together. My Warherds still alive, surprisingly. And let's go get our crap together. And I'm thinking I'm actually going to head over and try and get Cologne, which is the capital of Bretonnia. And I'm going to try and get it before Chaos or someone else gets it before me, because that's another one that I'd really like to get a hold of. So we got Spirit Leech, Soulblight, Doom and Darkness. Life Leeching gives us more power. Let's get that, and then we'll get Doom and Darkness, because Doom and Darkness is going to help us absolutely shut down enemy armies. If you overcast it, it gives like a -16 leadership to all units within the radius. So combine that with the terror caused by stuff like Sigors or Summon Sigor, and it's going to be brilliant. But yeah, at this point, I'm just going to try and recruit my 2 B stacks back to within support range of each other. And we'll go from there. A little bit exposed here. Okay, so we actually can go after the second Icons of Vilification battle, which will be good. I do want to do that, but like I said, let's get, and there's actually where it is. Cool. So we don't even have to teleport, per se. Start moving Khazrak back this way. There's an Empire army here. Hey, speaking of the coward, there he is. So I'll get my 2 armies back together, heal up, and just get ready to take care of the next chapter here, which would be Bretonnia. But I need to heal up and get into the Icons of Vilification battle. There's a lot of vampires around now too, so I can foresee us having to fight quite a few vampires in the near future. It looks like Tylea is up here fighting the vampires. That's good. The more they kill each other, the more utter chaos is going to ensue across the map, which I ultimately approve of as the Beastmen. I'm not at war with the vampires, so that's not terribly concerning that I popped up right next to Helmon Gorst. Yeah, let's just find a nice out-of-the-way spot up here and replenish our troops. And we'll kind of watch the utter chaos ensue. Actually, we might want to move a little bit further. Like I said, I want to get over to get Bretonnia. I don't think it'd be right if I wasn't involved in the destruction of Bretonnia to at least some extent. Wow, the vampires are really spreading out. I haven't played a lot of campaigns where the vampires survive this long, to be honest. Most of the time they just get crapped on by the dwarves and all the other factions around. Thinking about kind of just popping up right over here. These two stacks will be pretty close together. We'll end one more turn, and I'm going to go ahead and heal these guys up, and then we're going to try and head over and go attack Coron. Looks like there's potentially a siege going on over here, maybe. So we might want to hurry. So there's a lot of evil forces roaming the map right now, myself included. And hopefully we don't miss the opportunity to get to Coron, but my forces are a little bit weak right now. What do you want, vampire? Really? Look at that, the vampires are going to turn on me because I'm in a weak moment here and they want to try and take advantage of it, but they attacked Khazrak the One-Eye. Kimmler did. And he's not in a very good position to make such an attack because my Brayherd is supporting Khazrak, and Khazrak has a pretty substantial force here. So let's fight this. I could auto-resolve it, but let's fight it. With the vampires fighting me, it's going to be good to probably move along from here because they're going to be able to send stack after stack, and we can just teleport to fight the battle for the icons of vilification. Yeah, this is going to be an absolute destruction of the vampires. And let's get... Here, I'm going to try and get some of my units together in an appropriate group. We got Khazrak, Gorbel, put them, got a giant we're going to throw right in here too. So this will kind of be like my second line of monstrous type units and lords, heroes, all that kind of stuff. Let's get everything else back here. Okay, got all those units grouped up. Let's get our second tier group. I'll kind of group them in with this one. And the spears, let's actually just put right in on top of that as well. Put these guys in the very back. There we go, that'll work. Alright. And then I got all this cavalry here in the back. Let's just put all them in a group. That'll make it easier. Alright, let's start the battle. Let's go ahead and move forward. I'm gonna fast forward, get up here a little bit quicker. There are some blood knights I remember seeing, so yeah, there they are. They have the potential to reap quite a bit of damage. Oh, I should have gotten Gorbel up front so we could have fireballed the Heinrich or the Banshee or something. Alright, so I'm going to do a big blob attack order here. Hammer in on the Blood Knights. Let's get the Giant in on the Vargulf. Some extra spears over here on the Vargeist. Let's bring the cavalry up. Okay, so I've got cavalry on the way. The Blood Knights are bogged down and way more than they can handle. And then these skeleton warriors got absolutely mobbed. So we're going to come back over here into the back of this mess. Let's give Gorbel his damage resistance. Khazrak has a fireball too. I'm going to use the Tormentor Sword. Should lock everything down where they can't move. And let's keep pushing on in. So yeah, this is the time that Heinrich Kimmler gets absolutely wrecked. just completely outweighed by a huge horde of beastmen, the likes of which he couldn't have possibly hoped to face even without the reinforcing Bray Herd. But hey, whatever makes him feel good about life. These Blood Knights, though, they're getting some work done. Let's bring these Warhounds around. Same thing with the Razor Gore Herd. Let's swing them around, get a better charge from behind. We'll probably end up just crumbling the Vampire army before anything else happens. Let's get over here. And now let's charge into the back of this Blood Knight group. Razor Gore Herd do some armor piercing damage, so should do some good work, and they are. And then the rest of the vampires are falling apart. There goes old Heinrich. We should see the vampires quickly disintegrate. There's Gorbel there, making sure that it's a process that's sped along quickly. Actually, it's not Gorbel, it's just a Minotaur with a great weapon. I don't know where Gorbel ended up at, but I'm guessing Heinrich Himmler has immediate regret of that decision. A very poor decision indeed. I don't even know how he thought he was going to defeat Kazrak's army alone, much less with the Bray Herd. I know he couldn't see the Bray Herd probably, but still. Really? Really? Feel free though. Thank you. Come again. Maybe I can stay here and heal and get the Icons of Vilification because I got the Bray Herd supporting. Let's see what we can do. Banner of Swiftness? Eh. Can't say I'm all that interested. Haha! Jagged Horn and Warherd of Chaos got destroyed. Only the superior herds live, folks. Only the superior herds. I need to replenish, but I don't have infinite money here at this point. It wouldn't hurt for me to try and wreck Wurtbad, which I should have the opportunity to do so here soon. Let's go ahead and upgrade the main chain first. Let's just save my population surplus so that when the main chain upgrades, we have the potential to build the right buildings to help us offset as much of this upkeep as possible, because the Centaurs and the Minotaurs are a lot bigger chunk of our upkeep. It would make more sense to work on that first. I really need that event that lets me get some quick healing done so that I can get over to the Icons of Vilification. We need to make some money though, and Wurtbad is looking like easy money. Maybe we should just move over and dang it, that freaking agent just kept me from being able to replenish my troops too. Sorry sack of crap. Let's go ahead and continue the siege. They've got a pretty substantial defending force, but if we bring over there we go. Yeah, okay. If we continue the siege and then my my Bray Herd moves over here, we should be able to get a very favorable auto-resolve, which leaves us with few, if any, casualties. So let's do that. And then we can get the money off Wurtbad, which will be quite useful. There's a lot of vampire agents around. And hopefully we can get the vampires to sue for peace relatively quick here. I don't think my Bray Herd came close enough, honestly. But it does look like their Banshee got wrecked, or something did. Yeah, look at this. After wrecking the vampires, Vlad's like, hey, look, I'm just saying, saw what happened to Heinrich. I'd like to have a non-aggression pact, and to look tough, I'm going to ask you to pay me for it. Yeah, shove off. Vlad von Krochstein. Alright, let's see if this stack will move up a little bit closer to us, so that we can get full reinforcements here. Let's go one more turn in right here. Yep, alright, now we're all set. We can auto-resolve Wurtbad, and should make... Oh, wow, look at this! Out of the woodwork comes all the vampires. Ready to defend their trashy settlement. Well, I'm more than happy to take this battle. It's going to be a huge one. Let's fight it. This should put an end to vampire resistance pretty hastily. With the Sigors, we're going to be able to force the vampires that just come straight at us, and we should be able to easily shut down anything the vampires bring to bear against us. Our reinforcements come from up here on top of the hill, so what makes the most sense then? And I get to start with the entire Bray herd, which is brilliant, because the Bray herd can absorb the worst of what the vampires have to offer to me here. Okay. Let's put a few units over here on this flank. Get some Centigores hidden on this flank. Let's get plenty of monsters ready to back up this infantry, because the vampires are going to try and give us the same. Okay, I'll get my secondary line of Bestigor. We'll save them because they've already taken the most damage. Some extra Minotaurs there. Okay. Let's take this group. Hard group them. Group there. Group there. Group there. Alright. And I will choose my targets with the Sigors. Start the deployment. And the vampires probably will come straight at me. Really? Sigors don't have magic attacks? Seems kind of weird considering they're throwing a magic rock. Oh well. Graveguards with great weapons right there in the center are going to be my initial target. Let's push up right here onto the edge of this. Like I said, the vampires are going to have to assault our position. And the Sigor should be able to cause very substantial damage to any approaching vampire force. Now, if that was the AI that had thrown 4 Sigor rocks at me like that, half my army would have been dead. So I think the vampires got off pretty lucky with that initial barrage. That was a little better. 12, 5. I'd like to see a lot more kills still. There we go. Let's change targets over here. So yeah, the Sigors alone ought to rack us up quite a few kills. Let me pause it real quick before I forget. So I got Gorbel and Kazrak and a couple other reinforcing infantry. Let's get Gorbel and Kazrak up here. I'm gonna get all my leaders into a little group back here. Okay. Alright. Sorry I was pausing real quick. I just didn't want to miss any of the action up here with the Sigors. It's too much fun. Hey, what kind of shot was that, Sigor? Really? I've never seen the AI miss me that bad. I'd prefer that your rocks land right in their face. I've never seen so many misses from Sigors from the AI. It'd take like 10 battles to ever get that many misses. Whatever. I'm going to back up with the Sigors. And we'll get ready to take the main engagement here. Just gonna let these vampires get just a tad closer, and like I said, as their reinforcements get close enough to approach, we'll use our Sigors on them. Okay, charge. So Bestigor herds. I'm gonna try and get on the flank of these Graveguards and put some damage in on them. Let's get into these Cairn Wraiths over here. There we go. Everybody's all in. Let's get our leadership core up here. Warbull, my friend. Target the von Karstein. Let's get over here. Did we get hit by a wind of death over there? Didn't quite keep track of that. Let's devolve all the vampires right here. And these Graveguard are going to get completely chewed up over here. Okay, there's no fire at will here from the Sigors, which is exactly what I want. How did Kazrak not end up? There we go. No, Gorbull, you stay in combat, buddy. We're not done with you. Get over here, help mop that up real quick. So the first little string of vampires here is starting to get crumpled. Is that a Fate of Buna on us? Or Spirit Leech? I think it's a Spirit Leech. No big concern then. Alright, the vampire army should crumble momentarily. Got some necromancers and other heroes approaching. They look like Gorbull bait to me. Before there's any other infantry close enough, let's go use Sigor here to help down these White Kings. Take out the Cairn Wraiths and the remaining Graveguard right there. Give a little help. Take down the Vargeist. Okay, let's get over here. Let's maybe reset Group 1. Really? Vargeist are trying to go for Malagor? I find that unlikely. Alright, good. My Sigors are crunching these enemy leaders. Let's get Group 5 together, which contains Gorbull, among others. Let's get ready to go shut down these approaching vampire leaders over here. And before I do that, let's also get our monsters in another group. So let's get Group 5 and Group 6 out here to crush, kill, destroy. The two White Kings are getting their undead brains pulverized by 4 Sigors. Sigors are no joke in melee. Yeah, look how quick this von Karstein got killed there. So all these approaching enemy heroes getting ahead of their forces, gonna pay a pretty severe price. 2, 3. Let's reset the Sigors. And Group 5. No, over here, please. Group 6. Let's get everybody in there. Take out these heroes. That's Helmund Gorst right here. He summoned up a unit of skeleton warriors. One of them did. A lot of good that'll do him amidst this group. Okay, the next group of infantry is starting to get closer to these Graveguard over here. There are some coming through the woods. Let's get this infantry grouping over here. Otherwise, I'm going to sit here and single out these vampire leaders all day long, since the AI is so willingly feeding them to me. Look at that Banshee. Almost one hit killed by Emperor Al Gorbull, who has magical attacks. Alright, so Banshee down. Alright, there's some bats coming in. Let's see how long these bats last. Group 6. Get in here and help take out the bats. Let's actually just put all these guys in one big group. It'll make that easier. Alright, bats just disintegrated. Here comes the Devils of Schwarzhofen. I would expect that they will disintegrate similarly. And then we'll take care of the Banshee amidst this group. Could Spirit Leech this Banshee while we're at it too. Might as well. Yeah, I don't really know what the vampires were thinking that this was going to actually work out for them, but they got another thing coming. Let's go back to Group 4. We got some good targets in range. Let's see if we can hit those Verex Reavers real quick. I think these Chillgeist will be our next target. Group 4. Target this, well, skeleton, right there. Sternsman. Target the Sternsman. There you go. Take out those Black Knights. And then Group 5 just busted their way through the Chillgeist in mere seconds. Wow, look at those Cygors, though. Look at the Cygors go. I'm actually thinking about bringing the Cygors over here. Let's engage with Group 1. Let's get these Centaurs with great weapons over here to help out. Alright, Group 5's here. I think I'm going to try and devolve all these guys. Hopefully Malagor doesn't take overcast damage. Looks like he didn't. Alright, now let's get these Cygors. Zombies, Graveguard, Skeleton Warriors, Graveguard with great weapons. There we go. Just get the Cygors back to work. With some, I would say shovel-ready jobs, but it's not exactly shovels. It's more like giant rocks. We'll see how the Cygors are doing. 19, 28, 69 kills, 68 kills. Look at the Cygors just hurling. Unleash it, Cygors. Unleash it. Well, the Graveguard with great weapons are getting wrecked over here. Let's Spirit Leech this guy, just for good measure. In fact, let's get over here into the back, all these other infantry that are having a decent moment in a fight. We'll change their mind pretty quick about whether or not they felt like they were winning. All the while, our Cygors are gonna rain crap all over these guys. Oh, that is not gonna get old anytime soon, folks. Alright, so we disintegrated all the remaining vampires here, and I think the rest of these vampires out here are gonna disintegrate too. Just because their overall army losses are pretty staggering. So let's check out the rest of the vampires as they crumble off the battlefield. Maybe one last charge of my leadership corps here, since these guys haven't all the way crumbled just yet. Oh, there's Manfred! I didn't know you were here, Manfred. I guess I should have paid attention, but he's not going to be here for long. Look at Manfred coming in here thinking he's going to take me out with some Spirit Leech or some crap. Some Blood Knights here. Manfred's dead, by the way, in case anybody was wondering. Let's bring in all the rest of my troops. Drop some Devolve in here. Some Vile Tide. Just really get these guys on out of here. I don't think the Vile Tide went off. There we go, just for fun. Alright, so I would say that was a successful crushing of the vampires at Wurtbad, so I would be surprised if they do anything but beg for peace on the next turn. All that's left is a couple of summoned zombies. Works out for me, folks. Works out for me. Wow, there was a lot of killing in that battle. Look at those Minotaurs go. That is exactly what I like to see. Sigvald's got some decent kills in the end, too. What's wrong, vampires? You declared this war quite confidently, thinking you were just going to come after some weakened beastmen that can't possibly stand up to your might. Now where you at? Huh? Where you at, fools? Thanks for the loot, by the way. Appreciate the donations. Oh, there's our other gore bull. Crap. I think he just got assassinated. Hopefully he's just wounded. Well, if that's the best the vampires could do to try and get vengeance on me was to go take out a gore bull I'd forgotten about, then I think they've got bigger problems at hand. Oh, we got another Warherd up, too. While the Warherds are strong, I wonder if we should just continue to push into vampire lands. I need to replenish a little. Yeah, let's move up and start doing a little bit of replenishment, and we'll just head on towards... Actually, Fort Oberstyre over here is an Empire province. Let's move up this way. Go into the hidden encampment. We probably won't stay hidden, but I'll try to get some replenishment done. And then our Warherds should be nearby as well. And that'll be the bulk of the vampire resistance. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed this episode. HeirofCarthage signing out for now. I'll see you all soon.